So we are dealing with the chapter string methods. Okay. Now, first and foremost thing is that string methods, which as we have studied in the libraries chapter, that string methods lie under which package? Can anyone tell me? That is java.lang package. Okay. This this function, these methods are present under java.lang package. Okay. So first one, so length function. So as you have already studied array chapter, then you should be remembering that we have a function called variable.array. Okay. Now array in Java is a attribute where where length function is actually an attribute in array, where length is actually a method in string. So length function actually counts the number of characters including the spaces in the string. So counts the number of characters. So you should always know that length always starts from 1. So return type is integer. So I'll just renaming this one with current student's name. Suppose Tomonash Dotto. So when I'm writing Tomonash Dotto's name over here, so let's count together how many characters are there. So we'll start counting from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Exactly, 14 is there. So the length of, to get the number of characters, we have to use int m. Int m is the variable where you're going to store the length of the string. So s dot length, how many alphabets we have, including the space, is 14. Okay. Now rest of the functions are all comes from index 0. Okay. Index always starts from 0, as you have studied already in your previous chapter of array. So first function is char@, function, char@. Now you are probably very familiar with this function while taking the character input sc.next.char@0. So we'll understand vividly that how these things actually work. So char@ function, if you give the index, you'll get the character at that position, or you can say specifically that index. Okay. Return type is char. Return type is always char, because when you're actually passing the index, you are getting the character at that position. All right. Now I'll be renaming this one because always the current student's name. So I'll write someone's name, shorter one. Suppose Sneha Dev. Okay. So Sneha's name and index will be like this one. As I'll write like this, so it will be much better understanding in this process. Where Sneha's first character is S, so index is 0. Okay, then N, index is 1, then followed by E, index is 2, like this. H, index is 3, then A, index is 4, then we have space. I'm just writing space to make sure you understand properly. So space, we have index is 5, then D, index is 6, E, index is 7, and B, index is 8. Clear? So if you write together in this process as S is 0, N is 1, E is 2, H is 3, A is 4, space is 5, D is 6, E is 7, and B is 8. Just like that. Simple, very simple to understand how the indexes actually work. Now, if I pass the following things. So if I pass index 5, if I pass index suppose 3, at index 3 we are looking at alphabet H, right? So we will be getting the answer as H within single quotes. All right. Now if I write p.char@, p.length minus 1. Now p.length minus 1 means what? Length is always counts from 1. So if the last index is 8, so 8 plus 1 is 9. So length of Sneha's name is what? Length is over here is how much? So to get the length, what is the function? Int followed by any think about any of a variable. So suppose m equal to p.length. So what you get over here is that if you count from 1, it is 9 characters are there. So the answer is 9. So over here, if I write say p dot length, so it will be 9 minus 1. So 9 minus 1 is how much? Is 8. At 8th index, we are looking at small letter b. So the answer is small letter b. Got it? So in your ICSE board examinations, you will be getting a mixture of functions, nested functions, which will be facing in your examinations. Alright. So up to this part is clear. Similarly, if I write like this, that string m equal to a, b and c. So a index is 0, b index is 1 and c index is 2. Now if I write cat ch equal to m dot caret 3, as you can see, there are no third index character, right? So since index 3 is not present in the string abc, so it will return an error, string index out of bounds exception. You'll be familiar with this one as array index out of bounds exception, which we have seen in the array chapter. Suppose if you have 10 elements in an array, so last element will be what? Index will be what? 9, because the index starts from 0. So if I pass the index 11, 11 means what? The 12th element, it is not present. So it will give an index error of array index out of bounds. Similarly, if an index is not present in a string, there will be string index out of bounds exception. Clear? Up to this part, clear? Any doubt? I hope so. Not any kind of problem is not should be done. And I'll be sharing this one in your WhatsApp group, and you can also find this one in my website. Yes, I'm advertising my website. Yes. Why shouldn't I? I worked hard to make this one. So what? It's a live class, right? It's a live class. So we are recording, right? We are recording live. So anyway, next one, index of function. So I'm too lazy to change all of this one. So let's keep it how it is. So index of function. If you index of function, listen carefully. If you pass a character, you will get the index of the character present in the string from left to right order. The first occurrence only. What do you mean by that? So first and foremost, the return type is over here integer. Like in the previous one, in the caret function, we were passing the index and we are getting the character at that position, right? Here, if you pass the character, you'll get the index. Just a reverse. Caret function, if you pass the index, you'll get the character. And in the index of function, if you pass the character, you'll get the index. But from left to right and the first occurrence only. Where the first character is found, immediately the character index of that position will be found out. Okay. So I've written Matrika Paul. She is currently in class 11. So so I have written Matrika's name over here with the indexes to be make sure you are understanding properly, right? M is 0, A is 1, T is 2, R is 3, I is 4, K is 5, A is 6, space is 7, Paul 8, like this it's going on, right? Now for a single character, what happens is that int z equal to m dot index of single quotes A. Now as you can see, we are looking from left to right. So when you are going from left to right, the first A is over here, right? So since the first A is over here, so that A's index will be taken into consideration. So z equal to 1. Clear? The first occurrence from left to right. Now next part is between some range. Now if I pass an index like this, int z equal to m dot index of A, comma 2. So 2 represents that from index number 2 look for A. From index number 2 look for A. Now if we start looking from over here, like 3 from 3 cars, so as you can see, the next A comes at index number 6. So that is why you get the answer as z equal to 6. So 2 is a position from which we look for the first occurrence of A. So when you are passing, I'll just repeat one more time. M dot index of A comma 2. A comma 2 means what? From index number 2, we'll start looking for A. Wherever the first A comes, we'll be getting the index of that position. Clear? Now if you look, for example, 2 means what? 2 means from over here, right? See, 2 is coinciding with T, right? So from Trika Paul, so over here, A is at index number 6. So we are getting at index number 6 as the final answer. Okay. Now, what happens if we pass a word? So int z equal to m dot index of within bracket Paul I've written. So let's read this one statement what we have written. Yes, maybe some grammatical mistakes are there. We'll just sort it out later. So when we use a word, we first match with the given sentence, then we look for the first alphabet's index. Or what does it mean? So when I'm writing Paul over here, I'm directly matching with the string. As you can see, Paul is over here, right? Now, what is the first alphabet of Paul? P. So match with P. So the P is at index number 8. So we get the index number 8 as the answer. Suppose if I write, suppose I'll take another example for much more clearer understanding. Suppose if I write a string m equal to Astika. So okay, Astika, right? So let's write down the index first. So make sure it is understandable. 0, 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not writing anymore because it's too huge name. Nekta likha. Okay, it's go on. Okay, now, huh? Okay, now if I write something like this as, just for understanding, suppose if I write int z equal to m dot index of, suppose, car. Okay, so when I'm writing car over here, will be first matching the word car is at over here. Now look for the first alphabet. Where is K is there? So match with K. The index is at 4. So then 4 will be the answer. Clear? Say very simple. Now what happens if a particular alphabet or word is not present? So as you can see that in Astika's name there are no J. So since J is not present, so we'll get the index as -1. Whenever a character is not found in the string or sentence or word, index of function gives -1 as the answer. -1 clearly states that that particular word or a character is not present in the current string or sentence. Clear? Whenever a particular character or word is not present in a set of string or a sentence, we get the answer as -1. And this will be helpful for many programs which we will be doing in the further classes. Up to this part, easy. Next, last index of, as I have said, index of function always checks from left to right, but last index of function checks from right to left. The indexing will be from left to right, indexing marking will be from left to right, but the checking process will be going from right to the right to left. So it's just a reverse one. Now just I have written this function looks for a character from ending of a sentence or a string or a word. Return type is integer. So I've written string Rajanna Mandal. Okay. So as you can see, the index always starts from left to right, but the checking will be going from right to left. So when I'm writing n, so as you can see, there are two n characters in Rajanna's name, right? So last index of n, so we'll be checking from the very right hand side part. As you can see from the right hand side part, what we are looking at, n is at index number 10. So that is why you're getting index number 10. Now if I have written m dot index of n, then I would have got 4 as the answer. Why? Index of normal index of function checks from left to right. As if I'm checking left to right, from left side, Rajanna's n is at index number 4. But when we are using the last index of function, we are looking from the right to left. As we are looking from right to left, so n is at index number 10. Clear? Any doubt regarding this part? Why you're laughing? Just normally. Okay. Now these are much more. Now we are getting deep waters. Okay, we are getting deep waters. Substring, very important function. Okay, Very important function. This function extracts a certain part of a string using the indexes. Return type is to always string. Now pay attention in this part. Pay attention, everyone, pay attention. So I've written Diksha Kumari Jaiswal. Okay. Um, so I have meticulously written and tirelessly written all the indexes over here. So D0, I1, K2, S3, H4, A5, then space 6 like this. It's going on till L where the index is 20, right? So there in total 21 letters are there. So I'm writing string n equal to m dot substring 7. What do I mean by that? 7 is that index number here, right? If I look at 7, 7 is coinciding with Kumari's K, right? So when you are just writing single index, it will begin from there and end at the very last position. One more time. The extracted string will be taken from index 7 to the very end. So when you are passing a particular index, from that very index will go up to the very end. So the answer will be Kumari Jaiswal, right? Next one. When I'm writing string n equal to, one more time, one more example, string n equal to m dot substring 14. So obviously m has Diksha Kumar Jaiswal's full name. So when I'm writing 14, 14 is coinciding over here. As you can see, the green color is coinciding with over here. So it is at J. So it will start from 14 till the very end. So the answer will be Jaiswal. Clear? Clear? Next. String n equal to m dot substring 7 comma 13. Now we are considering over here between the ranges. Now you should always keep in mind that the second value will be always be less than the actual value. What do I mean by that? If you write 13, you will be going up to 12. If you're writing 20, you will be going up to 19. Are you getting my point? But the first value is always inclusive. So basically it will start from 7 and it will end at 12. So now let's look into that. Where is the position? 7 is at 7, Kumari, and 13 is at over here, the space. But what I have said, if you write 13, it will be going up to 12, just one less than the actual value. So 7 comma 12 is Kumari. Clear? Let's take another one more example. It will be much more clearer. Suppose string n equal to okay. Just a second, okay. So I have taken my name or institute's name. So Sharna Gamulases. So I'll be extracting computer word. Okay. So and you will be helping me out to find out. So let's start on the indexes first. Let me just quickly do this part. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not going up to the classes part because it will take some much more time. Okay. Now tell me, Astika, how to extract computer word. Tell me. Tell me. Syntax will what? Tell me. So how to extract computer word? I'll be writing like this string. Suppose m equal to n dot, because I've stored over here in n dot substring. Now starting index 12, and where is getting ended at 20. So when you're writing 12, 20, you are getting computer word. So participation is important for understanding the concepts. Okay, clear? Now what happens if that when I'm talking, I'm just dealing with this one as suppose 21, suppose Diksha's name over here as m dot substring 21. So as you can see, is there any index 21? So whenever a particular index is not present in a substring function, we always get a blank output. Blank output means that whenever this index is not present in a particular sentence or a word, it returns blank. Clear? When the index is not present, it will return blank. Clear? Very simple. Okay. Next function. Now this one is very very difficult one. Many people think very difficult. So this function checks two strings lexicographically. What do you mean by lexicographically? If you have ever used you know use a dictionary, you will be seeing that we always check from like suppose if I say a word like aristocrat. So we'll be first looking for the alphabet A, then followed by R, then I. Like this will be eventually will be going to a particular page where similar words are all present, right? With similar spellings, right? So when we are checking each alphabet um, character by character, that is called lexicographically. Got it? Now, return type is integer, and this is very much important because it definitely ICSE board asks you in the 2 mark question paper set. Okay, what happens over here? So for your refreshing this concept of index ASCII code, I've written it one more time. So ASCII code capital A to capital Z, 65 to 90. Okay, small to small z, 97 to 122, 0 to 9, 48 to 57, and space is your 32. We all know that. Now let's see this one. String M, Moupia. String N, Matrika. Now, see this one. I have intentionally added space in between so that we can actually compare alphabet wise. So as you can see, if you compare M and N, the first different alphabet is what? O and U, right? See, Mopia and Matrika. So when writing, now listen carefully. When writing int z equal to m dot compared to n, m is Mopia and n is Matrika. So first alphabet M and N is similar. Let's forget about it. Now next one. Next one is O and A. This function specifically compares whenever the first alphabet is different. We just take it into consideration of that one. Okay. So O and A. Now ASCII code of O is how much? 111. And ASCII code of A is what? Small letter A is what? 97. So M dot compared to N means what? First we are seeing Mopia's name. In that one, the first different alphabet is O. So that we are adding 111. Okay. The second one, since we are comparing with N. Okay. So N has Matrika's name. So Matrika's first alphabet is different with Mopia's A. So it is small letter A is 97. So 11 1 minus 97 is 14. What the point? যখনই আমাদের দুটো স্ট্রিং এর মধ্যে যে কোনো একটা ফার্স্ট ক্যারেক্টার যে আমাদের আলাদা হবে সেটা দিয়ে আমরা আজকে কোডটা ধরে মাইনাস প্লাস করি। বোঝা গেল? না সেম পজিশন না, মানে যখনই আমাদের দুটো দেখ মৌপি আর মাতৃকা আছে, তো ফার্স্ট অ্যালফাবেটটা কি ডিফারেন্ট হচ্ছে, ও আর এ, তো সেটা আজকে কোড ধরে মাইনাসটা করবে। বুঝতে পেরেছিস? আমি যদি মানে जब भी हम लोग का हिंदी तो আছে, जब भी हम लोग का कोई भी एक कैरेक्टर अलग होगा, उसी कैरेक्टर को हम लोग को लेकर उसका ASCII कोड निकाल के हम लोग उसका डिफरेंस निकालेंगे। ठीक है? So m dot compared to n, so 111 minus 97 is 14. Understood? Now if it is a reverse, n dot compared to n dot compared to m. So in n we can see Matrika's name, and in m we can see Mopia's name. So as you can see, Now Matrika's name is at the first. Now when we are comparing this one, Mupia and Matrika, so let's forget the rest of the thing, just the first difference. In the first difference, what we are looking at, A, so A's ASCII code is 97, right? And the second one, O is there. So O's ASCII code is how much? 111. So that is why it is coming out minus 14. Any doubt regarding this part, please do ask. So now, আচ্ছা প্রসেস করে নে, বলো ডাউট বলো। কি বলছি আরেকবার বল। আউটপুট এই ইন্টিজার উত্তর আসবে, আমি রান করে দেখাচ্ছি প্রোগ্রামটাকে, তাহলে একটু ব্যাপারটা আরো ক্লিয়ার হবে। আমি এটা মানে এটা আমাদের অ্যান্সারটা সবসময় আমাদের এই ইন্টিজারই আসে, এটা দেখাচ্ছি কিভাবে হচ্ছে। আমাদের ইউজ লাগবে, আমি বলেছি এগুলো ইউজ লাগবে তোমার হচ্ছে আমাদের বাবল সর্ট করেছি না, সিলেকশন সর্ট করেছি না, in bubble sort selection sort we will be using this function to perform string sorting. So I'll be using CodePad because I'm too lazy. CodePad, okay, you don't know CodePad? What happened? You're talking. Hey, CodePad is an area in BlueJ where you can directly execute a particular snippet of code without actually writing the entire one. So writing, okay, view and then click on CodePad. So I'll be writing Mupia dot compare to, okay, and now visible. Mupia dot, then Matrika, see 14. Okay, now you are all not using the BlueJ effectively. I am using the BlueJ effectively. Okay, BlueJ. আরে বাবা, মুপিয়ার মাতৃকার মধ্যে প্রথম অ্যালফাবেটটা কি আলাদা আছে? ও আর এ। হ্যাঁ সেটাই তো, আমি বাকিটা কেন চেক করবো? অত আমার তেল নেই আমার ওদের অ্যালফাবেট ধরে চেক করা। না, it doesn't matter. We are focusing on India, specifically West Bengal, specifically Barannagar and Barakpur. So now, yes, viewers, we are actually focusing over here. So whatever multilingual things we are speaking, you can completely ignore. Okay, and those who have not understood, please ask me in the comment section. Yes, it will be going to the YouTube. So now, so up to this part clear, everyone? Seem very simple. Okay, now we are almost at the end. No, not at the end. Next one is over here, string M apple, string N apple. Obviously, first one, the first alphabet is capital letter, and second one is everything is small letter. So when I'm writing, as you can see, A, capital letter A and small letter A, first different alphabet in terms of capital and small, right? Capital means uppercase and small means lowercase, right? So int z equal to m dot compare to n. So m has capital letter A, and we know that capital letter A's ASCII code is 65 and small letter A's ASCII code is 97. So we are getting the answer as minus 32. If you did the reverse, then it will be 97 minus 60, which is minus 32. Just a second, okay. So this what compare to function does is that whenever we'll be first be looking at the first character which is different, and then we'll be comparing lexicographically. How? Lexicographically, I'm telling it one more time. We check each character individually. Where the first character is different, we'll just take into consideration of that, find out the ASCII code and find out the difference. Clear? Now this one, as you can see, both of the strings are completely same in terms of spelling wise, in terms of lower and uppercase wise. Clear? So int z equal to m dot compare to n. So as you can see, both of the strings are same. So basically, there are no differences in the ASCII code. So as a result, we are getting 0 as the answer. Clear? So when two strings are completely same, then we get the 0 as the answer. Compared to ignore case, this function checks strings lexicographically without the ASCII code. I'm doing one more time. It checks the string without the ASCII code. It just looks for the position like this. How? Like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, like this up to Z is how much? 26. And don't just keep mum, participate in the class, because otherwise teaching is not fun. So as you can see, string m equal to apple, and I don't want to misbehave with the students. You know my nature, but you are pushing my limits. I'm also a human being, right? Stop pushing my limits. So string m equal to apple and string n equal to apple. In the previous case, we have seen it is coming out -5 to 32, right? In this case, we are seeing it as the answer as 0. Why? See, as you can see, I've written m dot compare to ignore case. Ignoring the case, we are not looking for the capital letter or small letters. We are looking at the positions. As you can see, A is at position number 1. Like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, tell me what is the position of P? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. P is at 16. So P is 16, L is 16, P is 16, L is that position, and E is at up to 5 in this the position. So as you can see, all the positions are same. That is why we are getting an index of answer as 0, right? So I've written one more time as Diksha and Dishani. Diksha and Dishani, okay. So as you can see that in Diksha's name and Dishani's name, the first difference is what? K and small letter s. Now we are not looking at the ASCII code, we are looking at the position. Just now I've told you, we are looking at the position. So K is at position number 11 and S is at position number 19. So M dot compare to N. So see, basically K is at the first, so 11 minus 19 is minus 8. So N dot compare to ignore case M. So 19 minus 11 is 8. Clear? Any doubts regarding this part? So I'm telling you one more time. Compared to ignore case function, do not checks using the ASCII code. It only checks using the character positions. Like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Like this, it goes on up to Z, just 26. Yes. বললাম তো এ হচ্ছে 1, বি হচ্ছে 2, তাহলে এ বি সি ডি ই এফ জি এইচ আই জে কে, কে না কে 12 না, এ বি সি ডি ই এফ জি এইচ আই জে কে, কে তো 11 তো, 11 মানে কে 11 বলে এখন 11 লেখা। হ্যাঁ 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 হ্যাঁ, অ্যালফাবেটিকে চেক করছি আমরা। আন্ডারস্টুড? Understood the concept? Very simple concepts. Trim function. This function removes the preceding and leading spaces of a sequence or a word, excluding the middle space. Basically, as you can see, I have given a space before the word, before the name, and after the name, right? So when there is a space before and after, that space is only removed. In between the word, the spaces are not removed. As you can see, Diksha Kumari Jaswal. So there is a space before Diksha's name, a space after Jaswal's surname. So as you can see that those spaces are only removed, and in between spaces are not getting removed. Okay, so the preceding space means what? The space before and space after for the complete string, not in between. Okay. Equals function. This function checks two string, returns true or false. If two strings are completely same, then it returns true, otherwise returns false. So as you can see, apple and apple. As you can see, both of them are spelling wise same, but the first alphabet is over here is capital letter, and the second one is small letter, right? So capital letter small letter is different. That is why it returns a answer as false. Whereas in the second case, both of the alphabet are same alphabet wise. and spelling wise both are same. That is why it returns answer of true. Clear? Okay. Now equals ignore case. This function, as I have said, as you can already say that ignore case, it does not looks for the capital or small letter. It only looks for spelling wise. One more time. This equals ignore case only looks for spelling wise. No capital or small letter difference. Okay. Equals function looks both spelling wise and uppercase lowercase difference. But equals ignore case looks only for spelling wise. No capital letter or small letter wise. Okay. So what I've written? Ninja, ninja. So both spelling wise are same, but yes, there's a difference between capital letter, small letter, but it does not looks for that. So n not equals ignore case, where you get the answer of true. Clear? Ninja, minja. Yes, obviously. So obviously both of them are completely different in terms of letter wise, spelling wise. So that's why it gives you an answer of false. Okay, almost done, almost done. To uppercase. This function converts the entire sentence of word to capital letters. Okay. Shreyan Nag. To m dot to uppercase, we get the full name in my name is Shreyan Nag in capital letters. Okay. Very simple. Now next one. SNCC number one computer classes. Okay. So m dot to uppercase. Yes, we have used this function previously also, where character dot to uppercase. So similarly here string dot there is no string dot to uppercase. We take the alphabet where we take the variable where the string is stored, followed by dot to uppercase function. So m dot to uppercase we get the essentially number one computer classes. Okay. To lowercase converts entire sentence of word to small letters.
Sir,
Gold.
can you explain the above one once more?
Which one? This one, number one computer classes. Yes, I know that. I'm not
Yes.
number one. Essentially, hashtag number one computer classes. So m dot to uppercase. M dot to uppercase. So whatever letter is there, it just converts to uppercase letter. So uppercase means capital letters. So we get as essentially number one computer classes. One more time. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
to lowercase function, this converts the entire sentence of word to small letters. So what do we get? Goldbach number. This program I'll teach you. It's there in class 11, 12, but I'll teach you in class 10 only. Okay, Goldbach number. So there's a mistake is there. Just now I've seen. So I'll just convert change it. So m dot to lowercase. So as you can see, all the alphabets will be converted to small letter or lowercase. Replace function. It replaces a word or a character in a string. So string m equal to mimja. So the change will be p dot replace m comma n. M is the old one, n is the new one. So wherever m is there, it will replace with n, so it will become ninja. Ninja Hattori. Have you all seen? Ding ding ding. Okay. Ball, blue bag. P dot replace blue comma green. So in this one, you are actually replacing the words. So blue comma green. So all the blues will be changed with green ball, green bag. So this is it for the string handling chapter. Next day, we'll be looking into the mixture of all the three chapters where we'll be dealing with string, arrays, and libraries together for new programs. Okay, clear, everyone? Any doubts regarding this part?
Yeah, sir. I'll going to check for that.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.